Hello everyone, this is the FPL trio. I'm Pulkit, and as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts Daniel and Michael. Daniel, how's it going?
It's going great, Pulkit. Happy to be here again. Feels like we were just doing this a few days ago. But yeah, excited for the game week ahead. What about you, Michael? How's it going?
Yeah, going pretty good. Very short turnarounds now for FPL. So always ready for the next game. How about you, Pulkit?
Yeah, excited to be here, and yeah, jumping from game week to game week. This December period is always quite packed, so let's see we can take advantage with our dedication. Daniel literally sets alarms to get up for this. Let's hope the green arrows show up now. Let's start with
Definitely.
your team, Daniel.
Sounds good. All right. My team, well, another super small red arrow. It feels like this is the theme these past few game weeks. I think I was 2.7 something million. Just to go through the team. So, Rai got a clean sheet. That's good. Gabriel did not play. So, Rico Lewis came in with a one pointer. Ait Nouri blanked. Dalo blanked. And then in the midfield is where things were good. I actually captained Mbemo, but he also blanked. We thought about that Brentford did really well, but it's unfortunate that Mbemo did not get any returns. And then Bruno also blanked, but I mean, the good thing is that Salah and Palmer and Rodgers all got great scores. So that's why the red arrow is not that significant, even though my captain blanked. And then up top, Joao Pedro got five, which was good as I brought him in last week. And Cunha blanked again. But it's a super small red arrow. I still like my team, and yeah, looking forward to the coming game weeks.
Did you captain Boomer? I think you captain Boomer last week, right? Not this week. This week we all captain Palmer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm getting the
Yeah.
the game weeks mixed up. Yeah, sorry about that. I did captain Palmer in my captain last week, but he blanked again. That's why he in my bus team he's gonna be gone in a few seconds. But yeah, Captain Palmer he scored the goal,
Worries.
and yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
And that Palmer goal, he should not have scored. The ball was about to go in, and then he just stole it in the last minute. So I was happy, but also felt very lucky with that goal.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you guys on the group. Like he on his Insta, he said sorry, Nkunku. My
Yeah,
managers needed me. So yeah, no, good of him. Good lad. He
yeah,
was returned. But yeah, again, Salah, incredible. 18 points. He's been phenomenal. He's the new Haaland of last year.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, with this rate, he'll break his own record of 303 points that he. Right. Let's go to your bus team.
My bus team, perfect. I love it. uh, I did two transfers. I brought in Saka and Evan Olsen for Benoit and Solanke, who were arguably like the two headaches in my team that have been blanking lately and have not been playing well. But that also creates a benching headache for me right now. Actually, in my actual team, Rogers is on the bench as well, but he's playing Southampton at home, so it should be a good fixture. But again, I don't see who else I could be benching here. Which I mean, I'm gonna have to think about it in the next couple of days. Yeah, that's nothing else. Major changes.
Yeah.
So
Actually, just
yeah,
before you joined the call, me and Michael were looking at your team and discussing who you can actually bench. Rogers being a midfielder and it being a home game, I think you can probably look at benching one of the strikers. I think Michael suggested maybe Ivan Nilsson. Thought maybe Pedro could be the one.
I was thinking about Pedro versus Leicester away, but again, they all have great fixtures. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be between either Rogers or Pedro. Evan Wilson, I just got him in, so I don't know. Maybe I'm biased, but I want to play him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can be Pedro. I mean, I know you were saying that Southampton, like we were talking about, they're super vulnerable behind the striker or on the left. So Rodgers could have a great game. But yeah, let's see first if we get some early team leaks.
Yep.
So that may make my decision easier. Sorry, I did not end up getting Kirkas in, so I still have Dalo who will be starting against Forest. Apparently, I had the exact funds. Like right now, I have zero point 0.0 in the bank.
Nice, nice.
So
By the
yeah.
way, you are playing this game with Kirkes. I think you planned it in the past as well to get in Kirkes, like in one of our team reviews, but you ended up not getting him in the second time.
Yeah, I'm teasing with Kirkas, but yeah, I mean, we've spoken about it. Bournemouth have a good defense, right? And I think Kirkas scored a few games ago as well. So he's a good 4.5. He was for 4.4. He just rose a few days ago. He's a good asset, I would say, if someone's
Yeah.
looking for like a good 4.5 defender.
Yeah, Bournemouth at home are really, really strong. I don't know which podcast I was hearing, but basically they were talking about how Bournemouth Stadium is like set up in a way where it suits their style of play, which is why at home they are so strong. Away, not as much. All right, then let's go to your team, Michael.
Yeah, so for me this week, it's very similar to Daniel in terms of the defense and goalkeepers. Henderson returned, but my defense all got no returns, so 0-1-2. I was very surprised with the Wolves defense, where they let in 4 goals, I think it was. And yeah, that was just very bad game there. My midfield, Bruno Saka didn't return, but I almost changed my captain from Palmer to Salah in the last minute, but fell asleep. So Palmer returned, but I'm not complaining. But Salah is just has been so magnificent. I should have captained him from the start. 18 points there. And my forwards, Watkins seems to deliver when I needed him the most. And Pedro got a 5 in the first week I got him, which is good. And Cunha getting a 2. I'm just hoping he bounces back because he only has a few good games in the next few weeks before his fixture turn there. And in my bench, yeah, they all blanked also.
Yeah, I mean for Salah and Palmer, I don't think it was even close. Like Palmer had Southampton, Salah had Newcastle away. Newcastle has
Yeah.
been so good away. So, and to be honest, when I watched the match, like in the first half, Salah like had a disaster of a performance in my opinion. Like at around, I remember at around 11 minutes, I was trying to check the lineup if Salah is even playing or not. Like he was all ghosted there, and then he was losing the possession. His first touch was not good, but then second half, prime Salah. Like wow, he turned the game on his own, contributed to all 3 goals. So that was amazing.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and I guess Salah is now turning the game a bit boring with reasons for a perma cap. So let's see your bus team, Michael.
Yeah. So with my bus team here, I caved in with my captaincy choice and chose Salah. And for my goalkeeper, well, I didn't really have a good goalkeeper to choose this week. It was either Man City or Man United they're playing against. So I'm just hoping that Haaland has another quiet game and KDB somehow just don't go good and Henderson plays. I guess the 6. Defense, I got Davis, Aitner, and Mazraoui. So I don't have high hopes on my defense, but we'll see how it goes. They always surprise me. And my midfield and forwards is staying the same as last week. So no changes there.
Yeah, great team. I mean, I just realized we have the same team more or less in the midfield and forwards, except for Watkins and Evan. So I really hope you do really well as well.
Yeah, I hope this team goes well. I mean, I have not much money in the bank now for any transfers. So this week I'm rolling, so I have 2 free transfers where let's just say it's crucial now to pick up transfers correctly, especially when you have so many games in quick succession. And if one player gets injured, you miss that week, that one day, you'll basically ruin the whole plan for the whole month.
And
Yeah.
are you worried about Mazraoui's like, I mean, early substitutions? If that happens again, will you be looking
Yeah,
to like sell him, or what's the deal with him?
I mean, compared to fixtures wise, Rui, he's not really a big concern for me. The biggest concern for me in the defense is more Nori and Aina, where one had like Aina had very, very good defense, in the first say 8 games. Suddenly he's not going great. And Nori has a very I think it's a big fixture turn in the next I think 2, 3 weeks from now, where I think it's like 4 or 5 red fixtures out of 6. So I think those two are probably my main concerns at the moment on how do I trade them out and how do I get enough money to, get a Timber or Van Dyke from there.
Yeah,
Interesting.
makes sense. I think for Aina, probably Forest fixtures are a bit difficult now, so it would be
Yeah,
difficult for Forest to get those returns. But I still think Forest would turn good once the fixtures turn back. With Aitnuri, I am also a bit concerned. Like he's literally getting zero, so it's like you are playing with
yeah,
10 men.
yeah. That was me last season with my goalkeepers. Like the goalkeeper I had Leno, I think last year, and so he either would get a 12 pointer or he'll get 1 or 2. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's just reversed now. All my plays.
exactly. By the way, in your team, I'd be tempted to consider Watkins captain. I think we were discussing as well, but I completely understand if you want to go with Salah.
Yeah, like the only reason why I captain Salah, even though it says it's an away game, it's basically a home game for Liverpool. They're just walking across the road.
Yeah,
So um he can turn up pretty good. I think we were just talking about it before this podcast. Liverpool has won all 8 of their last 12:30 games on a Saturday, and the last one was against Everton where they won 2-0 in
Mm.
like this time fixture. So I'm hoping history repeats itself.
I
yeah,
was just about to say, like Liverpool have the early kickoff, and like we all know there's this curse.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's the thing. I heard that last year also when I captained Salah, and that's the first time I've heard of that curse. But he ended up, I think, getting 12 or 13 points that game. I was
uh,
like, no worries anymore, all good.
I guess he's the kind of player who would like break those curses.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, he or Palmer. I think I remember Palmer also last season had this early kickoff and scored like
Yeah.
15, 16 points. All right, then let's go to my team. So a very, very small green arrow. I think for all of us, our ranks changed by like a few thousand or something like that.
Yeah,
So Flecken 3-pointer, I think that's even an achievement for Flecken getting 3 points. Then to be honest, this week I have to be thankful to Arsenal players because Gabriel didn't turn up and I got 11 pointer off the bench from Mikalenko. And then Saka didn't return, which helps my midfield quite a bit. 11 pointer from Mikalenko, a drastic change from last week where he got -1. Ait Nouri staying constant at 0. Then Lewis 1 pointer, he was benched, so Seti got the clean sheet, but Lewis didn't get anything. And now it seems like maybe Lewis is the reason they were not getting the clean sheet. So let's see how he fares ahead. And if he doesn't start again, I probably would consider selling him because now again things are turning and everyone is looking at investing in the defense mostly because of Arsenal and a little bit because of what Trent showed recently. Then Palmer, captain, 14 points. So good to get the goal from him. Salah, 18 points. Bumo, blank. And I think with Bumo, we sort of were not expecting too much. So now it's 5 games where he hasn't had a shot on target. XG of almost 0 or 0.01 or something like that. So he's a serious consideration for me as well. Daniel, you already sold him. So I'll see if maybe this week I probably would roll, but I won't hold him for long. Then Semenyo, 3 points. I think Bournemouth is good to hold. Haaland at least starts getting the returns. No more blank at least. So 5 points. At least Haaland can now match Jao Pedro. That's something. Visa blank, a 2 pointer, and Pedro 5 points. So very small green arrow. Moving to my bus team, it's pretty much the same team as it was last week. I'm again daring to put Mikalenko on the bench, but then it's Liverpool at home, and my captain is on Salah. Very hard to go against him because you just end up looking stupid after getting 16, 18 pointers that he's getting. Like it's now what, like 8 or 9 double returns in the last 8 or 9 games. So it's so hard to go against him now. And Everton is not one of the better defenses, anyways. So should be decent here. But I'm still considering Haaland as well as an option, but it's mostly like 80% on Salah, maybe 20% on Haaland if I get swayed by this early kickoff thing a bit. But mostly it will be on Salah.
Interesting. And you're gonna roll for sure, no transfers planned.
Like 99% I'll roll because the if I do the transfers, what I was considering was getting in Timber for either Mikolenko or Lewis. Most probably Mikolenko because Everton's fixtures are now quite tough. And then Embumo to Mitoma or someone. That's exact what I have. But then Embumo has a home game, so I was considering maybe rolling, having 3 transfers next week, and then looking at what I can do.
Interesting. And just it's not with your team, but you spoke about Trent earlier in your when you were reviewing your team. He came off the bench and got 2 assists,
Yeah.
which is super good. Is Trent back?
It looks like something has changed at least because against City game also he was playing quite attacking. He had quite decent shots. Got, I mean, was close to getting an assist as well. And then in this game also he continued in the same vein of form. Like he seemed to be attacking quite a bit. So it seems like something has definitely changed. And he was actually nursing some sort of injury before as well. So maybe the rest has now freshened him up a bit and he could continue this way.
Yeah, he must. He could be like a somewhat essential in a few game weeks if he keeps that up. So he's someone to monitor for sure. But then it would be tough for to get him. You would have to do a lot of restructuring. I mean, all of us, right? So it should be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, actually, Trent getting in this week could be also interesting because Everton are not that prolific goal scorers. So it's
They
very
scored four
likely.
last week, by the way.
Yeah, but against,
Against Wolves, yeah. And 2 of them were own goals from Craig Dawson.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is something to take note of. Everton would be on a high confidence, so maybe they'll go ahead and score at least one.
And then Everton, like said, Pulkit, they're playing Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, City in the next 4. So Mikolenko, I mean, you're gonna be benching him, I would say, for the next 4. So yeah, like you
Yeah.
said, it would be probably a good idea to get someone else, and especially if Lewis doesn't start, so you can have at least 3 good defenders. If we're saying Aït-Nouri is good.
Yeah, basically, I was also thinking if I roll this week, then, and if this defense thing still seems to be up, like Arsenal is doing good, Liverpool is doing good, then I might aim at getting in both of Timber and Trent, making it Gabriel, Timber, and Trent. And then I'd need like at least 4 transfers because I'll have to downgrade both Mbumo and maybe even Visa a bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you do Belmo to Matoma, that's already like 1.5 million saved, and then Wissa, I'm not sure who you can downgrade him for. He's 6 million right now, Wissa.
Visa is 6 million. Yeah.
Yeah, so there aren't that many cheaper
Yeah.
options, but yeah, I'm sure you can find something out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, then I guess we covered most of the things. We reviewed most of our plans. So I hope you guys liked watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.